Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to day 7 of the WWE World Grand Prix. We're going international for this episode as we are in the UK, for which should be another blockbuster day of Group A or Block A action. It's been a good tournament so far. As I say, the updated standings will be in the description below. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We're slowly starting to put shows together. We're starting to get an idea of what works, what doesn't work, and giving a right balance of people who aren't in the tournament matchups within the Grand Prix, the same as New Japan would do on their kind of shows during the G1. So, still a long way to go. We've still got another 12 episodes to go of this. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's been really fun. It's going to be the start of hopefully a big storyline post Grand Prix, and hopefully a big bit of change within this save, basically. A few people may be moving about and stuff like that, but we'll kick on and we'll see how this show does in the good old UK. So 23,000 in the O2 Arena, so that's a great start. And we start off with a pre-show bout that has decent wrestling, but non-existent crowd heat, and it is the Usos who defeat the American Alpha, the New Day and the Revival in 12:57 when Jimmy Uso defeated Kofi Kingston with a Samoan Spike. The Usos are now cleared from injuries, so they can get their push again. C65 is very good, considering the overness of some of the teams within the match. Kofi Kingston was not suited to his gimmick, neither is Scott Dawson. That'll need to get fixed. Jimmy and Jey Uso had great chemistry when teaming together, that's good to see. A potential future heel turn. Xavier Woods was hinted at during this segment and may cancel that. He changed his gimmick recently and it was positive. So Chad Gable with a 63 rating, a 61 for Jason Jordan, 75 for Kofi Kingston, 52 for Xavier Woods, 55 for Jimmy Uso, 62 for Jay, Dash Wilder with a 55 and a 49 for Scott Dawson, sorry. So technical improvements for Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston, Scott Dawson improving his performance skills. Overall, a good pre-show matchup there, giving them all a good opportunity. As I say, the Revival and American Alpha will get a good little push in the future as well. So let's have a look at this. Alright, that was just a change for Woods. I'm not going to do that, that's cool. So we start off the show. Our two main matches tonight are going to be CM Punk versus Cesaro and Roman Reigns versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So a big promo hyping up these matches, a bit of arguments and stuff in the ring as well. A-star 100 to start the show off with a bang. Cesaro, Reigns, Nakamura doing great improvisation, going off script. Got the show off to a strong start. It got the crowd hotter. The announced team's apparently very weak for this, and Nakamura came out of it looking good with the storyline advancing as well. So a good start to the show. I'm happy with that. And we start the show with a matchup between Sami Zayn and Bobby Roode. In a good match, Sami Zayn defeats Bobby Roode in 17:52 with the Helluva Kick. Finally fixed it. B-75, you got the crowd hotter. A good matchup here, seeing Sami Zayn with an 89 performance. Bobby Roode with a 72. Sami Zayn improving performance skills, but another win for the World Heavyweight Champion. It's not looking good at the moment for Bobby Roode in terms of him winning this tournament. He suffered from stamina issues, from low morale, and of course the matchup suffered from a lack of an associated hot storyline. After the match, Sami Zayn celebrates, and as per usual, because they're fighting forever, Kevin Owens comes down and beats the crap out of him. So B plus 88 here. Sami Zayn came across well. Performance of Kevin Owens was fantastic. Continues this storyline for another week. Our second contest between two heels in this matchup had great heat and good wrestling, and it saw Bray Wyatt defeat Alberto Del Rio in 16:02 by pinfall with a standing senton splash. A B80 here. Del Rio still slowed down by his injury. I think he's only 2 months left and then he'll be back to 100%. Great performance of Bray Wyatt, really stood out, which is good to see. He's constantly delivering 100 in-ring ratings, so he's really just exploded thanks to this tournament. And Del Rio with 65. There's been a few guys whose overness has really taken a big boost because of the tournament so far. Some people who didn't expect to be at the 90 overness, so literally from out of nowhere, The Miz is on the brink of 90 overness in places, so he's really benefited from this tournament. So as much as there have been negatives with pay-per-view loss and sometimes the ratings haven't been great, but The Miz has really benefited, as has a few others, in terms of their overall overness or popularity in certain regions. So good there, no skill improvements, and the dirt sheet has negatives, mostly for Del Rio, understandable, and two heels and the holding back situation. So understandable, that's why it was what it was on the card. And then basically Bray Wyatt cuts a promo just saying when he wins this tournament, he is going to challenge for Roman Reigns' championship. A91, performance of Bray was fantastic, and the survival storyline continues. Next up, we see three people bump into each other. It's Bobby Roode, it's Tommaso Ciampa, it's Johnny Gargano. Are they having a glorious bomb? Basically hinting at something in the future. Obviously Roode is on Raw, Tommaso and Johnny are on SmackDown, but they'll maybe talking, they'll do a wee glorious bomb segment here, and we may see something in the future. So C-55, performance of Roode was good, and Gargano hinting at a heel turn down the line. So a good little segment there. Not gonna lie, by the time this probably goes live, the glorious bomb probably won't be a thing anymore. Next up, we had a matchup between some of the best women's superstars in both brands, and it wasn't a decent wrestling match that had little heat, with Emma defeat Charlotte, Sasha Banks and Paige in 14:38 when Emma defeated Sasha Banks by pinfall with a roaring elbow. In terms of in-ring work, Paige was head and shoulders above everyone else, but this is the top talents in the women's division with Becky's niggling injury. But very good B-77, happy with that. Emma was off her game. Emma with 64, Charlotte with 57, Sasha with 67 and Paige with 78 just shows how far ahead Paige is from the rest. The women's storyline division, the SmackDown continues. No skill improvements in this instance. Maybe a few negatives there, but we can definitely work on it, and it still is a work in progress. These are young enough to definitely become world class. Next up, in an exceptional match in Block A, we had The Miz defeat Finn Balor in 18:16 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. A solid win for The Miz, a B83 because of the lack of a storyline. But Balor with 93, The Miz with 95 performance. This guy was jobbing out at the start of this series, putting people over left, right and centre, and he's come back with an absolute bang in 2017. No skill improvements. Your negatives here obviously are going to be the lack of a hot associated storyline and the short length of the match. I'm intrigued to know if this is in a storyline. Does that reach the A's? And I think it does. I think it really does reach a high rating. So, delighted with that. Next up, our usual 5-on-5 match, and about that had some good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. We had AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, Togi Makabe, Rusev and Randy Orton defeat Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Apollo Crews, Samoa Joe, and Darren Young in 1809 when Dolph Ziggler defeated Darren Young by pinfall. With the zigzag, B+84, I'll take that. Joe's got a gimmick that's getting stale now. He's just turned babyface and he is just going to switch his gimmick at the end of this. Darren Young seemed off his game. Obviously Maccabee's slowed down by his injury. 61 for Darren Young, a 74 for Samoa Joe, 91 for Apollo Crews, 95 Dean Ambrose, 95 for Seth Rollins, compared to the 90 for Randy Orton, which is a 71 for Rusev, which is disappointing. Maccabee went 80, 82 for Dolph Ziggler, and then 81 for AJ Styles, but some of these guys could use the boost winning this kind of matchup, and I'm hoping that's what's happened here. Of course, a few storylines continue. Togi Makabe improves flying and performance skills. Samoa Joe improves the technical aspect of his game. You're going to get a few negatives here, including, working injured, a few declining physical abilities, morale, you name it, but still it's a good rating to have, and certainly gives a few guys a boost. And we don't need to change, it's just a gimmick change we need here. and average for man in a mission for Samoa Joe. So Punk obviously is facing Cesaro. This is a big matchup here. Punk is on a good run. Cesaro is winning and losing. Punk cuts the promo, A91, continues the storyline, looks like a star. No skill improvements. Couple of negatives. There's a match to deliver, that's the question, because this isn't a storyline. It isn't a storyline, it could have been a little bit better. And about that had superb wrestling and great heat. We had Punk defeat Cesaro in 1738 with a Pepsi Plunge. I'm probably going to have to change this finisher as well. B plus 86. Punk with a 96, Cesaro with 87. It continues the survival storyline. No skill improvements to speak of in this instance. Both men penalised for stamina. I did do it all out actually, that might have been a reason why. Yep, all out for a good bout, so going all out for 18 minutes, 17 minutes, might do that. Capped for a short match length. So overall, still a good matchup, and CM Punk picks up 2 points. This leads to Roman Reigns responding to Bray Wyatt's earlier promo and just really saying, no, I'm the guy around here. You know, I've got the 40 in my corner. You know what I mean? I do not intend giving this championship up anytime soon. So you can bring your family. I've got the authority as my family. And if you know if we want to go to war, we'll go to war. So B plus 87. Roman with a good promo again, looking like a star. Only your life was like this. Continues that storyline anyway with a good B plus 87 rating. Does the main event deliver? It does. An exceptional match. Roman Reigns defeats Shinsuke Nakamura in 27:57 by pinfall. During the match, we also had Rusev run in and attack Nakamura, because obviously the feud between them. A94 delivers perfectly. I think if there was a direct storyline between Nakamura and Reigns, this could be even higher. Nakamura delivers a 93, Reigns delivers a 95, and the SmackDown Strong Style versus Mashka storyline advances. Roman improving technical and performance skills, so even better out of this that this is happening. And your only negatives, chemistry and inconsistency, and Corey Graves. I'm end the show. Basically what happens is Bray Wyatt comes down, he starts brawling with Roman Reigns. Cesaro and Punk just get at it, just because I wanted a really high rating, and after the match, as I say, it's just an all-out brawl to end the show. So it's just a whole real thing, just saying like these are some of the main guys on Block A, and you know these are the 4 guys that we think could be the main guys fighting each other out here to see who will be the guy that advances to the final. Bray Wyatt was like a star. That's good to see. I'm thinking, like, even though this was in England, this is still going to be a star-studded rating. And A93 increased their popularity in 31 regions. As I say, it was one of the first ones we've done in the UK. I've actually tended to stick to just America, just to keep making as much money as possible. So delighted with that, and I think at the end of the day, you can only really praise Roman Reigns and Shinsuke Nakamura on good victories. Good performances, sorry, but good 2 points there for Reigns, Punk, Miz, Wyatt, and Sami Zayn. So it's interesting to know, who do you guys think could be the man who steps forward from Block A? As I say, we are now 4 matches in, so just coming up to the halfway line in the tournament so far. Let's see, you get fantastic reviews. Did I get draw a good television rating? Down to a 32.57, so again, put it on very frequently is going to make the ratings go down a little bit as well. But as I say, I might even put it as a stage where I mix it between pay-per-view and putting it on the specials like we've been doing. Because it means then if I've still got time to do on the deals and the specials with the contracts, I can easily put like a tribute to the troops or something on, or a draft special or whatnot. So that doesn't matter too much. Mike Mondo goes to Lucha Underground. Chavo Guerrero Jr. re-signs to Lucha Underground. Former Big Zeke is injured. Tommy End is evolving. Let's see what else we've got here. ECW get a 3.79, that's good. Another strong performance from Yoshitatsu for TNA. As I say, fantastic reviews is good. We've re-signed Christopher Gerrard for another year. That's cool. We'll give him that. Might need to change his name. So lots of things popping up here, including the previous SmackDown notes. So we've got Anthony Nese is finally signed. He's in. Tommy End changes his style. We have to give an extra push to Braun Strowman, who has honestly developed really well. I'll let you see here if it lets me click on Adam Share. 60 overness nearly in some places even 65. Don't think he's ever going to be a main eventer, but you know he's been working well with the likes of Luke Harper, Baron Corbin, and the fact is 48 overness to 65 in some places in the space of a month has just been great. So good things ahead for Braun Strowman. Let's see, ECW 3.79. Finn Balor likes Chad Gable, says he's charismatic. And that's fine. I'm pretty sure, yep, these were what I would have done in the last time I booked it, because I definitely gave Emma a new contract and didn't renew Drago's. So that's cool. I'll keep that there so I don't forget. But you know, we're still at 195 million. It's still good. You know, at the end of the day, I just wanted to get this tournament overdone with and then see if it's something I ever want to do again. As I say, a lot of guys have benefited in terms of overness. If I just put it to main eventers, you see there's quite a few, because obviously 2 brands. So AJ hasn't really benefited. He's still at like 80s. Del Rio is 71, so maybe not as much. But Apollo Crews, you can see there, some of them are up at the 90s, so he's definitely one that's benefited. The same again with Big E. Some places he will be frequently 88s, 89s in overness. I mostly just judge it in America. Bobby Roode not so much at the 70s. Bray Wyatt, I mean, you've got nearly 100s across the board in some places. It's very good to see. Cesaro, someone who's in the 90s as well, which when you consider where these guys were at the start, is just amazing how they've all came so far. Punk's up in mid-90s as well, low 90s in some places. Same with Dean Ambrose, frequently 92, 93. And Balor up at the 90s. John Cena, low 90s as well. Kevin Owens just under the 90 cap, in some places surpassing. Luke Harper, it's not terrible where he is, high 70s. We get pleased with his progress. Randy Orton's one that's disappointed. He's only 80s. I've never really got him to peak to 90s in overness, but still had a good time. Rocky Romero's in ECW is just kind of floating about. Probably could drop him to upper mid card in all honesty. Well, still says the main eventer. I'll keep him there because the main event's ECW. Reigns, 95s, 94s. Rusev's is maybe mid 80s, but still very respectable. And you've got Sami Zayn between 90 and 94. Seth Rollins, 90, 91s. Nakamura's just under 80s because of that defeat there. And then you've got The Miz, who's dropped a little. Wow, I did not expect that. But still, like, his progress, he was 59 as early as April. And the fact is now we're in October. Even in this month, some places he's went from 71s to Mid-Atlantic, 71 to 87 is just incredible. A true testament to how good he's been. I was hoping that would have boosted him into the 90s. But still, a great increase to The Miz, and definitely made himself a very worthy main eventer. Maccabee dropped to the 80s, or under the 80s, but still very respectable. So very happy with how things are going. As I say, the tournament has benefited a lot of the main eventers, and hopefully we can keep going. So as always, I'll leave it there, but thanks for watching, it's deeply appreciated. Any comments on the series so far, let me know what you're thinking. I know it's a lot of episodes just dedicated to this tournament, so we'll find out if it's a good idea, or if people would just want me to move along down the line, whether it's worth just keep continually, doing pay-per-view rather than this, because this will take a bit of time. But I wanted to try it and see how I could handle booking it. Probably might be the only time I do it, because it's just continuous shows. It's disrupting the flow a little bit, but I do want to try it because it leads to a massive storyline at the end. But say, let me know who you think could be winning it. I'm going to go and give out some bonuses because folk are obviously unhappy they haven't been on pay-per-view. And until next time, it's 21 Maxwell signing out. We'll see you real soon. Bye bye.